So today is the conclusion of the topic about the 9 processes of devotional service. Today we'll be discussing the Atma Nivedanam, means surrender, surrendering everything to Lord Krishna. And I'll just read the verse and then translation, and then we'll go straight to the last one. Until 7th Canto, Chapter 5, text 23 and 24. Sri Prarada Uvacha Slavanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Panasevana Chanam Bandhanam Dashyam Satyam Atma Nivedana Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu Bhaktischenna Valakshana Meta Bhagavati Ada Manye Dita Uttama. Translation. Prahlad Maharaj said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him in the body, mind, and words. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. By his name, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Atma Nivedanam. The word Atma Nivedanam refers to the stage at which one who has no motive other than to serve the Lord surrenders everything to the Lord and performs his activities only to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this last item, the 9 processes of devotional service, is considered to be the most difficult. Only after surrendering everything to Lord Krishna, Bhakti starts. We cannot say that we're doing Bhakti right now unless you are fully surrendered unto the Supreme Lord. This stage, practically in the material world, they resent the word surrender. No one wants to surrender because they want complete independence. Surrender means you give up everything. No ulterior motive. And only desire is to serve the Supreme Lord. Yeah, in the material platform. But everyone has to surrender. Either they surrender to their mind or they surrender to God. Ultimately, surrender to God is the goal of one's life, in human form of life. We say Atma. Atma means the very self. Of course, in the Bhagavad Gita, Atma means also the body, the mind, and the soul. Not just the soul, the body also, and the mind. So when we say surrender, that means our words, our mind, our body, and ultimately the very self, the Atma. How we can do this? How we can do this? It says in that we have to first accept the teachings of the Vedas. This is surrender. The initial stage of surrender to God, to Krishna, is to adhere and accept what Shastra says. What Shastra says, that vidhi pranipatena. One cannot surrender to Krishna without surrender to his bona fide representative, the spiritual master. Surrender to the spiritual master, we cannot accept one and then reject one. That means the whole thing. When the spiritual master says something, we cannot say, yes, Guru Maharaj, but. Once you say but, that means you're having a condition. Yes, Guru Maharaj, I will do it, but this is my part of agreement. So the spiritual master is not an order supplier that you just want to hear what you want to do. It's like putting the words towards the spiritual master, what you want to do, just what you want to hear. No, sometimes may not be very palatable. Sometimes may not be acceptable immediately. And it is not a fashion to have a spiritual master that you say, oh, he is a spiritual master. He is a spiritual master. I want to have a spiritual master also. One should not accept a spiritual master. He's not ready to surrender. To surrender to Krishna means surrendering unto his bona fide representative. Of course, in the neophyte stage, we may have some ulterior motive. We may have some desire, except to serve purely the Supreme Lord. That's why it says in the Bhagavad Gita, 4 types of personality who approach Krishna, who approach God. Yeah? One who is materially in distress, one who is having problem financially. And that's why they go to the church, why they go to the temple. Or one is inquisitive. Oh, let me see what's going on here. Let me come to the temple. Let me go to the church. Or the last one, who is the best, is one who would like to acquire knowledge. Because by acquiring knowledge, one becomes purified. Others, they may be able to fulfill their desires, but after the desires has been fulfilled, then they go back to square one. They will forget God. They will forget Krishna. So Atma Nivedanam, it is a stage whereby one has no motive. Seems to be very difficult, isn't it? Because of our material attachments, because of our desire to lord over the material energy. We want to be the Lord of everything we survey. Not so easy, but it could be done. It's a little difficult, but we have to give up our false ego, our propensity to be the enjoyer. And this is the nature of the conditioned souls. They want to be enjoyers. It's not possible because we are all servants of Lord Krishna, or servant of our senses, servant of our mind. I'm going to read a few quotes from Srila Prabhupada about surrender in a while. Such a devotee is like a cow that is cared for by its master. When cared for by its master, a cow is not in anxiety over its maintenance. Such a cow is always devoted to its master, and it never acts independently, but only for the master's benefit. Yes, this is our situation. Prabhupada gave an example. It's like a cow. The cow knows he's having a master, and the master is taking care of the cow. Fully, he knows that he is secure. The cow. He understood that my master will protect me. He will feed me. He'll give me shelter. He'll take care of me. But I have to serve him also. I have to give milk. Yeah. The master, he knows his duty as well. For the cow to not have any anxiety. So the living entities should understand this as well. That I am not independent. I depend on the Supreme Lord. Depending on our situations as well, we have different degrees of dependency unto the Supreme Lord. But ultimate dependency means 100%. As our Guru Maharaj says, don't think that you'll be 100% protected by Lord Krishna unless you're 100% surrendered. Don't expect that Krishna will protect me all the way, 100%. I'm only 10% surrender. Does it all add up? No, it doesn't add up, isn't it? As they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Yes, to the degree of our surrender, to the degree that Krishna will protect us. To the degree that our surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead's representative, the spiritual master, again, Krishna will protect us accordingly. We show our surrender and to the Supreme Lord through his bona fide representative. So, when cared for by its master, a cow is not in anxiety. It's assured that the master will provide everything. Like in the early days of our movement, the devotees is like they're always saying, Krishna provides, Krishna provides. In those days, the movement is not as rich as where we are right now. That means we don't have many temples in those days. New York, Montreal, and San Francisco. So one time, the devotees, they don't know where to find the next rental money for the storefront. But they have full faith in Srila Prabhupada. They don't know, it's like rental money is due. So they don't know what to do. They have full faith in Srila Prabhupada's teachings, Srila Prabhupada's assurance that Krishna will provide. So one morning, early in the morning, Shama Sundar Prabhu and Malati, yes, were walking, going to the temple. And lo and behold, $100 bills coming from the sky. They cannot figure out where did this come from. Where did it come from? So Krishna provides. But it cannot be always like that. Krishna provides and we don't do any work. We have to do again. We cannot be like armchair philosophers that thinking that Krishna's mercy will flow. We have to work. We have to perform tapasya. It's like the cow. What's the duty of the cow? To give milk. Yeah? And then the master will be happy. It'll be garam dud. The hot milk. And from milk, butter, yogurt, ghee, everything comes from the cow. So, and it never acts independently. Oh, this is a very good point here. Because a cow is always devoted to its master and it never acts independently. So we cannot act independently. We always have to depend on someone. Like in the family, the father is the head of the family. So everyone, all the members of the family, they depend on the father. Everyone depends on Lord Krishna. Everyone depends on God. But you know what? Krishna also depends on his devotees. This is the reciprocation. Because of the love of his devotees, Krishna becomes obliged to reciprocate. To reciprocate. Let me see if I can find that. It's like in the story of Bali Maharaj and Ambarish Maharaj specifically. Okay, let's read that one. Some devotees therefore consider dedication of the body to the Lord to be Atma Nivedanam. And as stated in the book known as Bhakti Viveka, sometimes dedication of the soul to the Lord is also called Atma Nivedanam. So the body, now the soul, that's Atma. The best example of Atma Nivedanam are found in Bali Maharaj. He surrendered when Vamana asked for 3 steps of land. And Bali Maharaj, his guru, Sukracharya, says, no, don't give him. Because he knew that Vamana is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No. Why? If he is genuine guru, why not let go? For your own benefit. If one will surrender to Krishna, will the genuine guru stop him and not to surrender? No. He says, yes. Do it. As soon as possible. Because Sukracharya, he was thinking his part. Because if you give everything to Vamana, what will be left for me? There's nothing left, right? The genuine guru, he doesn't think for himself. He's always thinking for the welfare of his disciples. Just says, no. But he already gave his word. He already gave his word. This is Satriya. Satriya means they are true to their words. They don't take it back. If they say something, that's it. They take pride of their words. The Bali Maharaj says, okay, if you want 3 steps of land, so be it. But I can give you the whole kingdom, another kingdom, as like myself, like what I have. Why are you only asking for 3 steps of land? And a 5-year-old, like a 5-year-old boy. What? Maybe from here, I don't know, 2 feet, 3 feet, not even 3. You said, oh, big stride. Huh? Maybe 1 foot for the kids. Vamana says, a person who is greedy, you can give him the whole universe, and it is not enough. He will ask for more. He's a greedy person. It's like nowadays, so many billionaires, well, not many, only few in the world. But how come they still keep on working? How come they still like not satisfied with what they have? This is what I call greed. Even if they spend $1 million per hour, it will not be consumed for the rest of their life. Why? Why they have to work so much? It's greed. Even though everything belongs to Krishna, this they don't understand. Everything belongs to Krishna. So we came here naked. We live here in this world without carrying anything with us except our karma. That we can carry. But material, no. So Bali Maharaj agreed, okay, you can have 3 steps of land. Then the first step of Vamana half of the universe is covered. Oh, it became so big, gigantic, like Matsya Avatar. Matsya Avatar, remember? Small, yeah, and then became big, big, big. Same with, um, who was that? The one, the first. Same with Varaha, coming from the nostril, yeah, of Lord Brahman. Very small, then became big, 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 big. Krishna can be the smallest, can be smaller than the smallest, and he can be bigger than the biggest. This is Krishna. Lighter than the lightest. Hmm. So half of the universe is already covered. And then the second step, cover the entire universe and also pierce the covering of the universe. The universe is covered up in different layers of the 8 elements. Bhumirapo nalobayo kamanobadirti vacha amkara titiyame bina prakriti astida. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and ego. 10 times thicker. Each layer 10 times thicker than the other. And what is the thickest one? Ego. False ego is the thickest of them all. So he pierced the covering of the universe, and then Ganga flowed from that, coming from the spiritual world. This is the combined combination love of liquid form of Radha and Krishna. So Ganga flowed to the material world in that way. So now, 2 steps. You have another one left. In Bali Maharaj, you cannot think of anything else. What to do? I promised 3 steps of land, and I'm not knowing that actually the third one, I promised him. So I have to fulfill this promise. Again, Satriya. He cannot think of anything else. Actually, he's been punished now. But ultimately, Krishna gave him also the intelligence to accept. My dear Lord, you please put your third step onto my head. Onto my head. In this way, he also fulfilled and he gave up. He fully depended now onto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Another example here is Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj is a king as well. Let me see. Yes. And he's very famous for being he performed bhakti in a very, very determined way. So he was doing fasting like today. Fasting. We're fasting today, not for the sake of attaining something else. The Karmakandiya section of the Vedas also mention fasting and ekadasis for those who wish to fulfill their material desires. However, we fast specifically to get the favor of Lord Krishna, to get his mercy. Ekadasi means the day of Lord Hari. So Ambarish Maharaj was fasting, and somehow Durvasa Muni arrived. And Durvasa Muni is very famous in the Bhagavatam or in the Puranas. Usually, these yogis, Muni means yogi, like Narad Muni, Agastya Muni, Ulasya Muni. So Durvasa Muni is famous that when he becomes angry, you better watch out. You better watch out. And Durvasa Muni also, he has an ashram. He's having an ashram in Vrindavan. Yeah, you've heard of that story? That they have to cross the gopis, they have to cross Yamuna. And to cross Yamuna, you have to the result of that is that it's difficult to cross Yamuna, but the gopis were told that Krishna is eternally a brahmachari. You've heard of this story? Yeah? Yeah. Krishna is eternally brahmachari. So they must let go. But Durvasa Muni is he can be angry for just small mistake. So what happened? Ambarish Maharaj was fasting. And Durvasa Muni also, he visited, but then he said, let me go take a bath. The river, take a bath. And I will come back to have prasada. Yeah? So the proper etiquette is that you don't eat anything before your guests are served. Do we do that? Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. Yeah?
We taste it for them because we want to check the salt, everything is right. So
okay, you can taste. But if you're expert in cooking, you don't have to taste. You don't have to taste. Like what we do for Krishna, we don't taste because, whether Krishna will like it or not. So guests actually are supposed to be received like that of Narayan has come to your home. That's good. You can do that. You can taste first because maybe it's double salt. And you cannot take away the other salt. You have to cook again, right? So, but Durvasa Muni, he went, take a bath. And because when you fast, actually Dwadasi is more potent. If you fail to break your fast at the time when you're supposed to breaking the fast, whatever you did the day before is not so much counted. Yeah, that's why you always ask, Maharaj, what time is the breaking of the fast? That's very important, right? Tomorrow is like from 6:30 to 11. Sometimes breaking of the fast is like 10 o'clock in the morning. Very few minutes, only like 6 minutes or 11 minutes. So now Ambarish Maharaj, he was fasting the day before. Now it's time for breaking up the fast. And if you're doing nirjal, if you're dry fast, they call it, you can break your fasting from drinking water. And usually, if you fast like that, don't eat immediately so much. Otherwise, it's sick. Mm. Slowly. So Ambarish Maharaj, he thought, well, it's time for me to break the fast. So let me drink some water. Because fasting also, uh, drinking water is also fasting. And Ekadasi, fasting. That is the second best. First, the very best, no, nothing. The second best is with water, and third best is with fruits. Sometimes devotees, they cannot fast fully with just water. They can fast, Ekadasi fast with fruits. So now, Durvasa Muni has a mystic power, and he knew that Ambarish Maharaj, he drank water. That's amazing. Even drinking water you cannot do if you have a guest. Hare Krishna. That's very, very serious, isn't it? Very difficult. So, so now Durvasa Muni, he knew that Ambarish Maharaj took some water. He drank some water. Then he came back and he chastised Ambarish Maharaj. What did you do? You're supposed to be fasting. You're not supposed to eat or drink anything before I return. And all that. So he took one here. By his mystic power, he created a demon. I think it's Vidya or something. That's Vidya. Now, Lord Narayan, he sees what's going on. He cast his chakra. Chakra is the eyes of Lord Krishna. Chakra also is the expansion of Lord Nrsimhadev. Yeah, because Lord Narayan is having four-arm form, and in each hand is holding an item. Because that chakra is one of them. Lotus flower is one of them. Conch is one of them, and the other one is club. So the chakra and the club, they are for the demons. The lotus flower and the conch, these are for the devotees. Bhagavad Gita, we've heard. What's the name of Lord Krishna's conch? Deva? Panchajan. So everyone blowing their conch. So now this chakra says having 1,000 spokes, very sharp. We've heard also another story where Sishupal, his head was cut off by the chakra of Lord Krishna. So now the demon was killed by the chakra. So now he's in trouble, Durvasa Muni. To protect, see, this is the protection of Lord Krishna. Because the devotees, they're fully dependent on Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna is also dependent on his devotees because of their love. See, Ambarish Maharaj doesn't want to break his performing bhakti. That's why he did that. So now, Lord Krishna, became obliged. And Durvasa Muni started to fled. They have mystic powers, so they can fly, they can go, different planetary systems, Shiva Loka, up in Swarga Loka, even Brahma Loka. And he ended up in the spiritual world to beg forgiveness from Lord Narayan. Lord Narayan says, I cannot do this. I cannot forgive you. Because again, within the heart of the devotee, Lord Krishna resides. So it is Lord Krishna who will feel the pain if we offend a Vaishnava. And within the heart of Lord Krishna, devotee resides. Reciprocation, both heart to heart. So no, I'm sorry, I cannot forgive you because you did not offend me. But to teach a lesson, Vasa Muni says, you have to go back to Amber's Maharaj to ask for forgiveness. But then he went back. He went back to Ambarish Maharaj. And then he says, 4:4, Prabhupada says that devotees, they don't take any offense because they know they're not the body, they're spirit soul. One becomes affected by criticism or offense if he identifies with his body. And if you don't get affected by a person who offended you, it goes back to the person. That see, when you become angry, that means you're affected. So let's say I offended another person. I'll be the one who will become angry because I'm not be able to affect him. Do you understand? It's like the nature of criticism is that I want to make you angry. But if you did not get affected, it'll come back to me. I'm the one who become angry now. More angry. Yeah. So the technique here, which is very difficult to do, is that if someone criticizes you or offends you or blasphemes you, say Hare Krishna. You know what's going to happen to that person who's criticizing, blaspheming, offending you? He'll become more angry. It'll go back. It's like a boomerang. I've learned this in India. You will never learn this in America. No one will teach you this in America. So that's why Supreme Lord says, I'm not independent. There is a verse here, 9th Canto, chapter 4, text 63. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Aham Bhakta Paradino Hi Asvatantra Iva Dvija Sadhavir Grasta Hridayo Bhaktai Bhakta Jana Priya. The Supreme Lord says, I'm not independent. Although Brahma, Shiva, Vayu, and other demigods who are directors of the universal functions are dependent on me, I myself am not independent. I am dependent on my devotees. If I save you, then my devotee will think, oh, Bhagavan has neglected me. I fear the anger of my devotee. If I save you, then my devotee will think, oh, Bhagavan has neglected me. I fear the anger of my devotee. And in his commentary, in this verse, between Bhagavan and Durvasa Muni, Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur gives his Purva Paksha. He poses the question and then he answers his own questions as follows. If Durvasa Muni were to ask Bhagavan, why are you not independent? How can your devotees make you dependent? Bhagavan would answer, if my swabhav, nature, that when devotees surrender unto me, I become dependent on them. Durvasa Muni may then say, O Bhagavan, you are so merciful. When you see anyone suffering, your heart melts. Bhagavan may then say, my mind can't think of your suffering because my mind is not with me. It has been stolen by my devotees. How can I give you my mercy? My mind is possessed by my devotees. So the Lord is always thinking of his devotee. I do not belong to myself. I am captured by them. They put my heart in their hearts and they very carefully serve my heart there. They are in my heart and I am in their hearts. The bhaktas are always busy serving me. If I say to them, I am very pleased with your service. What can I do for you? They will say, well, nothing. Just let us serve you. This makes me so indebted to them that I think I must give them my most valuable possession. My most valuable possession is my heart. And thus, I give my valuable heart to them. The bhakta doesn't pray to me to give my heart, but still I give it. Devotees doesn't ask for anything, but then Krishna will give himself to the devotee. In Atma Nivedanam, song number 4, verse 8, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Tomara ichaya more icha misailo, Bhakti Vinoda aja apane bulilo. My will has become merged with your will. From this day forward, Bhaktivinoda has completely forgotten himself. This is the reciprocation between the devotee and Lord Krishna. In song number 5, verse 6, he sings, Tomara ichaya mora indriya chalana, Shravana darshana grana bhojana vashana. I exercise my senses only according to your direction, and thus I desire to hear, see, smell, and taste. Bhagavan may continue. You should know that all my kripa, mercy, is stored in the heart of my devotee. When my devotee wishes to show mercy to someone, I'll fulfill the desire of that devotee. This is called Anugamani. Bhagavan Kripa is Bhakta Anugamani. Krishna's mercy follows his devotee's mercy. Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur is thus giving this Purva Paksha. Again, Bhagavan then tells Durvasa, according to the relationship the devotee has towards me, or according to the relationship a devotee has with my devotee, I treat him accordingly. It's the same. How we treat Krishna and how we treat his devotee should be the same. Sometimes others will say, I love Krishna, but I don't care about his devotees. I met some people like this. or they will go straight to Radharani. Only Radharani, no Krishna. How is that? As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said in Jagannath Puri, I am so indebted to the devotees in Kulina Gram that even a dog from their village is dear to me. Then Lord Krishna says, you have created Kritya, that's the demon, the fire demoness, to burn Maharaj Ambarish, and you did this without any consideration of these truths. You did wrong. You want to put in danger he whose only shelter is me. This is not good for you. In my Swarup, my inherent being, I have unlimited pleasure and I also have great opulence. However, I forget all my Bhagavat Godhood. When I'm absorbed in the ananda that I get from from the service of my Uttama Bhaktas, I forget the happiness of being Bhagavan. Especially to Srimati Radharani. Lord Vishnu continues, Ambarish Maharaj has left everything for me. Have you left anything for me? You think you are great? Whereas Ambarish Maharaj is Dina Hina. He thinks that he is very fallen. I even look after an ordinary devotee. And what to speak of a devotee like Ambarish Maharaj? If someone has come to the platform of Baba Bhakti like Maharaj Ambarish, I send my Sudarshan Chakra to always look after him. Ambarish Maharaj came. So Maharaj Ambarish is the personified Atma Nivedanam. There is a verse, this is text 18 and 19 of the 9th canto, chapter 4. Sabay mana Krishna padaravindayor bachamsi vaikunta guna nivarnade karor hare mandira marjana disho shutim chakrachyuta satkatodaye mukunda lingalaya darshana disho tadvritya gatra sparsanindra sangamam grihanam cha tatpada saroja sorave Simati Tulasya Sanam Tat Arpite Pado Hare Kshetra Padanu Sarpane Shiro Shikesha Padanguna Bandane Kamancha Dasena Tu Kama Kamyaya Yatomas Lokaya Janasraya Nuti. Maharaj Ambarish has always engaged his mind in meditating upon the lotus feet of Krishna. His words in describing the glories of the Lord, his hands in cleansing the Lord's temple, and his ears in hearing the words spoken by Krishna or about Krishna. He engaged his eyes in seeing the deity of Krishna, Krishna's temples, and Krishna's places like Mathura and Vrindavan. He engaged his sense of touch in touching the bodies of the Lord's devotees. He engaged his sense of smell in smelling the fragrance of tulasi offered to the Lord. And he engaged his tongue in tasting the Lord's prasad. He engaged his legs in walking to the holy places and temples of the Lord. His head in bowing down before the Lord, and all his desires in serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Indeed, Maharaj Ambarish never desired anything for his own sense gratification. He engaged all his senses in devotional service, in various engagements related to the Lord. This is the way to increase attachment for the Lord and be completely free from all material desires. So Ambaris Maharaj showed the formula how to become detached, huh? How to engage all of our senses in the service of the Lord. Everything, mind, body, and words. This is very nice, Loka. I'm sure many of us, if not all of us, are following this up to a certain extent, right? But Ambaris Maharaj, the difference is 24 hours. Krishna consciousness means every moment. Krishna consciousness means at all times, not only in the weekends. Hmm. Shall I read the purport? Last one, okay? In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, text 1, the Lord recommends Maya Ashakta Mana Partha Yogam Yunjan Mad Ashraya. This indicates that one must execute devotional service under the guidance of a devotee or directly under the guidance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is not possible, however, to train oneself without guidance from the spiritual master. That means we cannot do it on our own. We always need guidance. We always need someone to give us direction. We always need someone to inspire us. We always need someone to motivate us. I cannot be inspired by myself. Doesn't make sense, isn't it? I need someone, I need a hero. As Guru Maharaj says, in the material world, they have heroes. Even you play cricket, you need a hero, Tendulkar or something. But we should have spiritual heroes. It says, we need spiritual heroes like Ambaris Maharaj, or our Guru Maharaj, or Bali Maharaj, or Palad Maharaj, or Dhruva Maharaj. But it looks like they're all Maharaj. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates, dominantly they are Grihastas. Even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was a Grihasta before taking sannyas. Lord Nityananda Prabhu also. How many wives? 2. Yes. Yes. How about Advaita Acharya? He's a Grihasta also. Sita Thakurani? Maybe the only one is Gadadhar. No, it's a sannyas. Srivas also, he is Grihasta also. Then. Very few are sannyasis, but mostly they are Grihastas. So in our movement, we can have a Grihasta hero as well. Exemplary Grihastas. There are few of them. Those who are engaged 24 hours in Krishna consciousness. They're preaching Krishna consciousness. It's like this couple yesterday who were given a gift. They're exemplary. They came here and they thought, oh, what are we going to do here? But they felt at home and they created this, what do you call this, spiritual account or something where you're engaged. That was last night, isn't it? Bhakti Briksha, yes.
Spiritual investment.
Spiritual investment account that you promise, I chant this much, you promise, I read this much. So that is the only investment that there'll be no bankruptcy. They'll be eternally credited. And I spoke with them. I met them actually in Vrindavan, but because I meet so many devotees in Vrindavan, and they they're asking for blessings to be engaged also, and hopefully one day they'll come to Vrindavan. I did? Yeah, yeah, they look familiar. They have two kids, right? Two boys. So they're grihasthas. We should be also ideal grihasthas. We should be also able to inspire others to do bhakti. And you are doing it. Some of you are doing it. But others, you should start doing it again. Hmm? Please inspire your family to do the practice. And it's not so difficult, but at the same time, it is difficult because usually we cannot preach to our family members. Hmm? Was that Gorgadata who was telling me? This is the uh, difficulty of having a family. You're thinking that your children is not ready yet to take up Krishna consciousness. When will they be ready? It's more difficult to introduce or give them Krishna consciousness once they're grown up. Just teach them the values, the importance of Krishna consciousness, and in this way, they'll hopefully they will take up. Says here. Therefore, according to the instructions of Srila Rupa Goswami, the first business of a devotee is to accept a bona fide spiritual master who can train him to engage his various senses in rendering transcendental service to the Lord. The Lord also says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, text 1, Asamsayam samyagram mam yata yasyasi tashinu. In other words, if one wants to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead in completeness, one must follow the prescriptions given by Krishna by following in the footsteps of Maharaj Ambarish. It is said, Rishikena, Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Uchate. Bhakti means to engage the senses in the service of the master of the senses, Krishna, who is called Rishikesh or Achyuta. These words are used in these verses. Achyuta Sat Katodaye Rishikesha Padam Bhibandane. The words Achyuta and Rishikesh are also used in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is Krishna Katha spoken directly by Krishna. And Srimad Bhagavatam is also Krishna Katha because everything described in the Bhagavatam is in relationship with Krishna. So today we should meditate on this very auspicious day, Pandak Nirjal Ekadasi, how we can fully surrender. That can be fully meditated upon the whole day, especially when we chant the holy name. When one comes to the chanting of the holy name, that means also one is surrendering. That is a process, surrendering. Because it's very difficult to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra if you're not surrendered. Because you have to surrender your mind. You have to perform tapasya. That means the body. Tapasya. The body, the mind, and the words, the actions. One cannot do it. So we're very fortunate somehow. Guru Maharaj has accepted us as his disciples so that we can somehow one day will become fully surrendered at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Okay? So we stop here. Any questions or comments? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So while you were reading, it said that Krishna accepts service from Uttama and Pramana. So does that mean he doesn't accept some?
No, he serves, but not 100%. He accepts.
He accepts.
He accepts, but not 100%. We want 100% acceptance. It's like Guru Maharaj, we're very neophyte. He accepts our service also. Uh, he understood our mood. And the duty of the spiritual master, we've heard this many times, is to fan the sparks. Whatever we can do, whatever. He knows what we can do. But there is some hesitancy, there is some doubts in us. We don't want to give everything. We want to keep most. And if we keep it for ourselves, we don't want it to Krishna, then we'll fall into Maya. Guru Maharaj wants us to surrender fully so that we'll become free from material desires, which will be the cause of our taking birth. So whatever we offer to Krishna, Krishna accepts. But with love and devotion, who heard of that? The wife of Vidura offering banana peels. We should not do that. We don't have that love. We don't have that job. Guru knows what we can do, but we are hesitant. We are doubtful. We are fearful. What will happen to me? What will be left? Like Sukracharya. He doesn't want his disciples to give everything. Don't worry. Krishna will provide more. The more you give, Krishna will provide more. Don't think, oh, okay, I should keep aside much more than what I can do. Is there? Give everything to Krishna. It takes a lot of maturity here. To give to Krishna or to his devotees. And we've heard. It is as good. It is as good to give to his devotees and also to Lord Krishna is equal. So we have to be careful in that way as well. We think that only to Krishna and not to his devotees. I shall only worship Krishna and I don't need to for others. Huh? Any other questions? Yeah. One more for you, from you.
So since you read dedication of the soul, what does it mean, dedication of?
Dedication of the soul is the same thing. Giving up everything for Krishna. It's just the wording. We dedicate ourselves. Dedicate ourselves means give up everything for Krishna. When you say dedicate, that means offering. Yeah. Say, I dedicate this to my spiritual master. That means I'm giving this to my spiritual master. I dedicate this for the whole of my family. Means you offering this for your whole family. That dedicated, like Prabhupada, when he would write, dedicated. I offer this to my father, Gaur Mohan Dev. Okay? Anything else from this side? Then we'll go on this side. Yeah.
And I also see that in Gita Mataji, and your stage is very elevated, but at our starting on this process, how do we even develop an ounce of that mood of surrender and complete dedication to Guru Maharaj's instruction?
You have to know the mood of Guru Maharaj. You have to learn the mood of Guru Maharaj and follow in his footsteps. Like if you see someone who is very inspiring you or inspires you in bhakti, try to know more about that person. How? Or you can ask, what is your secret? How to cook a nice khichdi. I don't know how to cook khichdi. Come on. I'm inspired whenever I taste your khichdi. It tastes very good. Can you please tell me the recipe? So know the mood of great personalities. See, now we're understanding the mood of Ambarish Maharaj, right? So he should be a role model for us. So the same thing, our Guru Maharaj, with many didn't know the magnitude of Guru Maharaj's greatness. Now you understand it, isn't it? How about those devotees who were assisting Guru Maharaj? They're also great devotees. They're not, simple devotees because they're dedicated. So you can follow in their footsteps. Yeah?
Is it copy or follow?
Follow. Copy, we cannot copy. We're not Xerox machine here. But you can draw. You can draw. So following the footsteps means the mood that they imbibe from serving Guru Maharaj. Because those devotees who were so close to Guru Maharaj, they also carry the mood like that of Guru Maharaj. Because they cannot serve Guru Maharaj like that. Yeah. When you see them, Hare Krishna, you can ask blessings from them as well. Their blessings are also being carried because Guru has blessed them. So when they bless you, the blessing is coming from Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj's blessings coming from Srila Prabhupada. From the Parampara, Guru Parampara. This is our Guru Parampara. So anyone, it's like everyone would like to serve Guru Maharaj, but how many last? How many last? Those who are serving Guru Maharaj for a long time, they're not ordinary souls. Not ordinary souls. They're special. There's one devotee who told me in New York, oh, now I understood who are these devotees who are serving Guru Maharaj, like Jagannath Prabhu or Advaita Prabhu. Advaita Prabhu, he'll take off from his work. He's a doctor. You know how much doctor earns per day? And others, they cannot even take off one day off because their holidays are counted, their vacation. They would rather, and they know every time Guru Maharaj will come, every year. And they will take their vacation to Acapulco or France, Hawaii. Huh? Yeah? But they cannot take off one day for Guru Maharaj. Now they understood. I missed my chance to serve Guru Maharaj. To serve the servants of Guru Maharaj is the same as serving Guru Maharaj. You could say, Prabhuji, I would like to wash your clothes. I know you're very busy. Why not? You think just by serving Guru Maharaj, washing his clothes, is this the same? Almost the same. Yeah? So you have to know the mood of Guru Maharaj in order for us to be able to follow in his footsteps. Get a little bit, even an iota of that mood of Guru Maharaj is enough for us to be drowned in love of God. Yes. Krishna?
This is hard to the group.
Because they sacrifice everything.
What does it mean by
You oblige. Krishna is obliged. It's like if I give my heart to a devotee, I will do anything and everything for that devotee. Yeah, I'm indebted. That's the word. Giving one's heart to another person means I am indebted to that person. Not because of the money that one gives, but because of his love. That's why I told the other day, money is irrelevant. Yeah, when we met this one lady at one of the meetings, you were there? Who was there? In your place. At your place. Money comes and go. You cannot buy Krishna with money. But you can buy Krishna, you can purchase Krishna with your love. And once you purchase Krishna, he is yours. Meaning, he will do anything and everything for his devotee. Just like what happened to Maharaj Ambarish. Yeah? Yes.
Maharaj, you were mentioning that Guru Maharaj has said that unless we 100%, so Krishna will protect us 100% if we surrender to him 100%.
Yeah.
And so I was curious to know, Maharaj, what are some ways in which we can surrender ourselves 100%? Because we are, most of us are, working people. We have other.
We just read Ambarish Maharaj. Thinking of Krishna is surrendering to Krishna. So you're at work. Think of Krishna. Think of his form. Think of his instructions. Think of a Prabhupada, how Prabhupada sacrificed everything. Think of Guru Maharaj, how, he's pushing himself, forcing himself to be with us. And we don't even have time to go and see him. I know many devotees who went to see him in the last 1 year. There's one devotee. He came only for 2 nights with you during the last rites of Guru Maharaj. 2 nights means that includes the traveling. Ram Murari Prabhu. I felt, wow, what kind of dedication he has for Guru Maharaj. So you may be working, but you can think of Krishna. That is surrendering. Chanting your rounds properly, that is surrendering. Serving other Vaishnavas, that is surrendering. Reading Bhagavad Gita, that is surrendering. And if you don't have time for that, your progress will be very good. And don't expect 100% protection. You're putting $1 in the donation box and you're expecting $1,000 in return. Go ahead. Don't stop that until I stop.
No, Maharaj, you said is stop, so that's why I stopped, Maharaj. I started. No.
Still talking
Okay, thank you, Maharaj.
for the benefit of the listeners. Yes. Are you in doubt? Are you in doubt? You're not in doubt? Do you want to have a question or not? I don't want to waste your time. So ask.
So you mentioned so many things, Maharaj, and one thing that you remind about when you talk about the story of Amrish Maharaj and total surrender. Um, like I told you a couple of weeks ago, Maharaj Prabhu had come to Cincinnati, and then that was the first time I heard about Jan and the Thakur that she talked about. And after her lecture, just coincidentally, I was listening to some of Maharaj's lecture, and just within 2 days, Maharaj talked about the same things. Guru Maharaj talked about Jan and Thakur. And
Must be missing Chaturdasi.
so he was mentioning about total surrender. Like Maharaj Prabhu, when she talked about that, like that was the first time I was hearing about him and how he helped in building the Raths. And like, he was super educated, but he left everything and he completely surrendered to the mission of Srila Prabhupada. And then Guru Maharaj in his lecture, he mentioned something even more profound. Like he said he was suffering from cancer. So even though he was so well educated, he was actually driving taxi in San Francisco, and then he was giving all of that money to the temple. And then Guru Maharaj said that he was suffering from cancer, and then he was getting some money for his cancer treatment. He didn't keep even single penny of that money also. Like he just completely gave that money also to the temple. I was like, okay, so that just came to my mind as we were giving these examples and talking about Maharaj. But one thing that strikes me is like devotees, like pure devotees, I know in this case, like Krishna saved Amrish Maharaj, right? Protected Amrish Maharaj. When Srila Prabhupada came here 2 times, hard times, Krishna protected his devotees. So many examples are there that Krishna protects his devotees. But like in this particular case, like if Jana Thakur, like he was suffering from cancer.
We're all suffering from cancer, material disease cancer. You are suffering from cancer. I'm suffering from cancer. Material attachments, that is the major cancer right now. And we're not doing anything about it. All of us has cancer. It is not matured yet. It's not in the acute. We think we don't have cancer. From what we are eating every day, it's causing us cancer. You have a cancer. He has a cancer. Everyone here has a cancer. But the real cancer is material attachment. And what are we doing about it? What are you doing about it?
Like you said, through the process of devotional service.
There you go. When we surrender to Krishna, he becomes dependent unto his devotees. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Haribol. Now you can tell.